Hey everyone, Jason here from J&N Collectors. I've got a recap video from the Legends Cards and Games Show. Took place today in Grand Rapids. I'm guessing about 100 tables today. A lot of very familiar vendors. Some, really nice folks. And then some that are just kind of the same that have, that have been there every month since the beginning of that show. And which is, sometimes good, sometimes bad. Just depends, if they're bringing the same inventory month after month. The story there, so I won't get into that right now. And then, really a pain point for me today, and something that will probably make me not go back to that show, quite honestly. So, but for right now, I want to get into the pickups. The first lot I picked up was a fairly good size, lot, just a lot of cheap value box stuff. Made a mistake on this one. Thought these parallels were maybe a little better than they are, but Kodai Senga. So, if you're a Kodai Senga fan, hit me up in the comments, and we'll figure out how to get you this card. A couple Jaden Daniels Donruss rookies. Those were dollars. The Optic Express Lane Hollow. That was $1. Starting up a Travis Fryman PC. It was kind of a weird situation, but this Cornerstones card is pretty cool. Optic Tyler Shuck rookie. Prism White Disco, Amarian Hampton. Those were all like dollar-ish cards. This Finest Muse, like X-Fractor looking thing. David Robinson was my favorite player growing up, so I was really excited to get this. The Red, White, and Blue Prism rookie, Brock Bowers. Love it. The Fanatics Fest exclusive, Cactus Jack, VJ Edgecombe rookie. Of course, Philadelphia's gotten a lot better, seemingly, in the last couple weeks, so I think picking up Edgecombe stuff is good. I think Pete Crow Armstrong right now might be a slight favorite to win National League MVP, but Otani, anything's possible with him, so picking this up for, really sub $5 was... that made a lot of sense. And then I really like these Topps Chrome, like baseball parallels. I think they look really sharp. Looking to pick up a J.J. Weatherholt because that'll be like a team color match. But Juan Soto I thought was cool, and it was stickered at like $2. So, picked up that lot for like $30. So, cool. All right, next lot I'll discuss. So this guy's someone I've been picking up whenever I see him in dollar boxes. Ben Rice. I think he's just he's having a great year, and I think he's a really, really good player. But who wants to go up to a table and say, "Hey, I'll take this single dollar card"? So I paired it with this 2016 Topps Black Ichiro. And this is a checklist card. It's not like the the regular base card, so maybe not quite as valuable, but that is numbered out of 65, so and it is in Marlins uniform, so a couple things about this card that maybe aren't the most desirable, but I still liked it. That was pretty cool. So it was a fun one. Final deal, 3-card lot, guy I've dealt with before. You got the Optic Electricity Julius Erving. That is numbered 3/75. Topps Chrome Gold Refractor, Salvador Perez, number 13/50. Jersey number. I love jersey number stuff. I think it's pretty cool. And then a team card of the St. Louis Cardinals. Probably my favorite Cardinals jersey. Really like the St. Louis kind of block letters there. And this one happens to be the Golden Mirror. So I was pretty excited to pick that up today. Wasn't planning on it, but when I saw it, I thought, yep, I gotta do this one. So that was probably my favorite card that I picked up today. So that'll go in the Cardinals PC. So overall, the show was okay. Again, some vendors there that it feels like just bring the same stuff every time, which tells you it's not moving. Likely not moving because it's priced too high. So when I see that at a show, I immediately shift gears to value boxes, and that's what I did today. And it worked out okay. I don't like driving. Um, say I drove about a half hour to get to the show each way because, um, visit some family that's a little bit closer to Grand Rapids than home. So, uh, yeah, the drive wasn't nearly as bad. But, it didn't pick up today as much today as I would have liked. But it's what it was. So it worked out. The greater frustration to me today, this really goes back probably a couple of years now. There used to be a notable repacker that would set up at the show, and they would pay like 80%. You bring them tops or panini, baseball, basketball, football. That's decent stuff, like decent players. That's, like I said, $15 and up. I think I said that. For the most part, they will pay like 80% of comp for that. And it's pretty straightforward, in and out pretty quick, and away you go. That company opened up a brick and mortar store maybe 20 to 30 minutes away, and mysteriously came up missing from this show. They still go around to a lot of other shows in the region and set up to buy. So I don't really feel like it was maybe their decision to discontinue setting up at the Legends show. It feels more like a maybe being asked not to return type of deal. And so fast forward to today. So Legends has like their main shop in the front of the store. And then in the back is where they set up all the tables for the show. Immediately before you get to the back, they had a buying station set up, very similar to what you see on a lot of YouTube videos at the bigger shows. They got the banner up saying buying station. Fortunately, they didn't say paying strong because that would have been an absolute lie. Talked to two different people who went in line before I got to the front, fortunately. And both of them told me the same thing, that they were paying about 60% of comps. That was a really, really good business model 10 years ago. Now, people are willing to drive elsewhere. If they've got any kind of value in their cards at all, they're willing to drive elsewhere to get, 75, 80, 90% of comps. 60%, I don't know how they buy anything from anyone, except for, extremely loyal customers, but that was a little bit disheartening to me, as much as I can be disheartened about cardboard. Furthermore, one of the individuals is a higher end collector, so they got a lot of 4 and 5 figure cards, and some of which are maybe a little bit harder to comp. But at the end of the day, if I do research on a card, someone else does research on a card, even if it is hard to comp, it's likely that we are bound to find some similarities, right? To where maybe, you say it's a $3,000 card, I say it's $2,700. Or you say it's $3,000, I say it's $3,300, something like that. We're at least in the same vicinity. And what this individual told me today is that on 2 or 3 cards that were in that range, multiple thousands, they were thousands off in their valuation of the card, which suggests to me that the goal is to buy high-end stuff for, nothing, which again is disgusting. So not only are you only paying 60%, you're killing the valuation of the card in order to pay 60%. So realistically, you can probably get down to the 40 or 50% number that you want to be at. That model, I don't see that lasting. It's very frustrating to hear that. If there really was a vendor there before, which I know, like I've worked with that vendor many, many times. There was a vendor there before that would pay 80%, which really provides a service to your other vendors that are setting up, right? People can bring in their cards, they can liquidate them, and they can take cash around to the other tables so that your current dealers can make money. Now, they basically have to buy cards at that show, take them somewhere else to sell them, and hopefully come back next month. That's kind of what you have to hope. Because again, I don't know many people right now that are willing to sell at 60%. So that's my little rant for today. Very disappointed. If that's how that company is going to operate, then I guess my feeling is that I probably don't need to go to their shows, and I probably don't need to go to their shop anymore. I don't agree with that business model, and I think that I think if people are wise, then they'll see that, and maybe they decide to go to that show, but maybe they don't. So, Legends, if you get this, like I'm disappointed. Um, people are done selling their stuff at 50 to 60%. And if you're not going to comp stuff fairly, maybe it was just the guy behind the table, in which case get someone that has some knowledge. But that was disappointing. At the end of the day, it was still a card show, and it was still fun to go, hang out with, my kids, and it's my wife's uncle that is in town from out of state. He's a collector, so it's fun to spend time with them. It's always fun to go to a card show, and there are a lot of really good people there, a lot of good dealer people that I know, I've known for a while, and I'm not making a blanket statement about all dealers there, but there is certainly a population there that I don't know. They must just be happy to hand over their money every month and show up with their inventory and do their thing. So that's all I got. Like I said, I'll be set up in Lansing in a couple weeks, and let's hope that one goes better. It should. I believe it will. Certainly, I'll be on the other side of the table, so it's just a reminder to me, price your stuff fair and be reasonable with people. I know the promoter of that show, and he does allow people to come in and set up with buying stations, and people that will pay, 80% of comps, sometimes more depending on the cards, but they're there to pay strong. They're not there to screw around. So take care, everyone. Hope you're having a good weekend. We'll talk to you soon.